Hi guys, welcome to my iRacing Zero to Hero series. Hopefully you'll join me through my journey getting back into iRacing, starting from pretty much the bottom, in Class C, very low I rating, being only 572, and a safety rating of 261. So I'm going to be racing in sort of things like the Similar Production Challenge, not too sort of a stress for a car to drive. Probably in the VW Jetta TDI, and the first race I've got to show you is from that Cup. It's not the most exciting race in the world, but I think it does sort of show where I'm starting from. I think is important to understand my pace or lack thereof. Anyway, rather than ramble on, let you jump into watching me in my first race back in. Thanks. So here we are at Sebring. I'm going to be racing in the VW Jetta TDI Cup car. Really strange car to drive. Can't really get used to it. It feels so different from everything else I've ever raced in this game, be that even from years ago or recently getting back into the MX-5s and the Porsche 911s. So I'm going to jump in to do some qualifying laps. I'm not feeling too confident on this track, but let's just send it and see what happens. It's been a long time since I raced on Sebring. Being a diesel, this car just hits the rev limiter so quickly. So hard to get used to. Especially in the lower gears. Just going to warm up the tyres and get my eye in. And I think getting my eye in is a lot more important than warming up the tyres at the moment, because I am feeling very not confident on this track. But let's just give it a go anyway. Yeah, a little bit too deep there. Alright, my braking point has to be before that. Now I'm using the Logitech G29 with all the little guffins you can get. It's a really good wheel. I used to have the G27 a few years ago, and yeah, running a little bit long there. Just completely, I'm over anticipating what the brakes can do. Luckily this car doesn't build up enough speed that you can really put yourself in any trouble. And as you can see, front wheel drive, it pulls itself out the corners quite nicely. If you do make a mistake, it doesn't tend to snap. So for me getting back into the game, a lot of the things I'm worrying about more than anything is safety rating. I just don't want to ruin people's races, essentially, and I think if I just focus on getting my safety rating up, and then not really, I will worry about positions, of course I will, but I just don't want to ruin people's races. I think that's probably the most important thing here for me. Okay, felt like that went quite a nice turn. Feel like I probably could have carried a little bit more speed through that. But like I said, I'm not hugely bothered about my finishing position. I just kind of want a nice clean race. Hopefully get some good racing in. As you see, just on the brakes you can get the nose in. Really nice car to drive. Really like me beginner friendly. Probably shouldn't have dropped down to third there. Might have been a bit lower gear. Being a diesel, it does have a lot of torque down low, so if you are in the wrong gear, it will pull you quite nicely along. Quite a smooth first section, considering how unfamiliar it felt to me. You see the sort of lumping and bumping with the steering wheel and the force feedback. just being that front wheel drive, it's obviously scrubbing the wheels quite hard, and that's all on me. Just not driving it very smooth. Slow down. Whoa! I mean, the time delta jumped up lovely there, but I don't think that's entirely accurate. So far, a nice clean lap. Not particularly fast. Just getting used to the tracks. Run a little bit wide there over the curb, that's not ideal. You see the curbs are quite deep here. You'll sort of drop a wheel the other side of the curb. Very strange sort of sensation. Heading down to the last turn. On the brakes, we're actually going to use the brake to turn in here. Getting a little bit of a slide on. There's nothing we can't control. Ooh, wow. There we go, a 2:35.179. I know that's not a quick time. There's no way I'm qualifying anything above last place, but that's absolutely fine by me. Not the line through there at all. I'm half tempted to just abandon this lap, but I think for the safety rating it will be worth me just you know, finishing the lap off. Qualifying down in, yeah, right down the grid, but that's fine. There we go, let's jump to the grid. We've got some Pontiac Solstice, couple behind us, and there's only 3 Jettas on this track. Interesting. I didn't qualify hugely behind them, so we might get some competitive racing in with these guys, but I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of blue flags being passed by MX-5s, but it's all good practice for getting past safely for when we do eventually race in high classes. Bit of latency issue there. Very strange indeed.
Good luck, everyone.
Got some people being very nice in chat.
Good luck, guys.
We'll see how that fares after turn 1. See whether that sort of holds up.
Oh,
there we go. Right, here we go.
Qualifying procedures, first lap I turned around this week.
Can't believe they're making us go all the way around.
It's a good thing I know the Jetta.
So I'm not too sure how best to warm up tyres in this race, in these cars. You know, I know weaving obviously is a technique that is used in motorsport, but I'm not sure how actually that fares in real world racing. In iRacing even. The opposite of real world racing. Hopefully, being a lower class and only a few of us here, we should get some nice clean racing. I'm not sure what this pink car is doing. Not actually giving me an opportunity to. I think he thinks we're racing right now. This is very strange. Oh, why are we on the brakes? I think we have a chance of doing well here. Maybe top third in class. Bit of a joke. That's fine. As long as he doesn't dive deep on this corner, we're okay. There we go. There he is. Don't squeeze me. It's formation lap.
Sorry.
Sounds like there may have been contact ahead during the formation lap. Always good, always good. Let's have a look. Good way to get the tyres warmed up there. You can hear them scrubbing. There we go. It's a very long lap in the Jetta. Very long lap. It'd be interesting to see the pace of the Pontiac Saltus behind. You know, if they're very, very good racers, they could easily pass us, I imagine. I can't imagine the sort of delta in pace is too different. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna keep it in third. No, fourth was the option. Mistake there. Lovely mistake from the start. Now, I'm going to let these two tangle up in this corner. I'm just going to hold my line. He's run very, very wide there, and I've absolutely followed him. That was just me not focusing on my line and looking at him. But he did well to save that. He did very well to save that, because that looked like that gone. He was on a four-wheel slide there. Use the brakes, turn the nose in. Yeah, we're just about there. Just about.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, these two are a lot more comfortable than me, I think, with this car on this track. So we'll just do our best to see what sort of lines they take. I have a feeling it's going to be quite a lonely race though. So we've got some MX-5s behind already.
Mario, please, you're very slow, man.
Come on!
People being very talkative to each other in the chat. That's their prerogative, fine. Yeah, I just haven't got the pace. Ooh, we got an accident ahead, have we? Looks like an MX-5 in the back. One of the back marker MX-5s has had a little smash somewhere. Wonder if one of the people complaining in chat. Clearly doesn't like cones, that's fine. Wonder if he's got damage, because I know the MX-5s are infamous for taking damage and being incredibly slow down the straights from there on out.
Vale, Dani, estamos solos, tío, no pelees, eh.
If he has got damage, I would like to overtake him. Looks like he might do, or he just took that corner incredibly wide. So very, very shortly we're going to have some MX-5 leaders on us. We need to be very, very aware of that. Last thing I'd want to do is ruin someone else's race by being a slow boy. Okay. I think this MX-5 might have worse lines than me. Yes, diesel just hitting the rev limiter there, just where I didn't really expect it, where, you know, petrol engine would rev out there. Second gear in this just does not last. I think it only goes up to about 45 miles an hour, which is just crazy. Yeah, those other two in the Jetta class with me have disappeared. 8 seconds ahead over 2 laps, so they must be around 4 seconds a lap quicker than me. That's very disappointing. I was hoping for some competitive racing with with those. Instead, it's just me enjoying my day, treating it as a track day. MX-5s run incredibly wide. MX-5 is
Please, what are you doing, man? You will be protest.
So the MX-5 is now 2 seconds behind. Need to be very, very careful with these. I'll try and let them bind the straight.
Sorry if that was my fault. Don't know, mate. That's the reason I don't know what happened.
Sounds like we might have a big accident behind.
Giving rear seat.
I'm gonna actually. Oh, it's not really close enough for me to lift yet. Alright, I'm gonna get over to the left here, and he can pass right. Gonna lift. Hopefully I didn't lose too much time to the overtake.
Seriously, Adam. It's right in the middle in the middle, man.
I think I might have to turn my chat off for future videos. I don't know what's going on back there. I'm glad I'm not a part of it.
The way some people talk on this simulator, it just seems like they're not enjoying themselves.
I don't think he is, eh?
Let's have a look at muting.
At least for fun of this game.
Adam or Christian, what are you doing, man?
No, just say Mustang again.
To compromise my lap a little bit there, but I cannot be dealing with.
Imagine being married to
Gonna lift. Trying to give him. Come on, get through. He was right behind me, and then I feel like he lifted as well because he wasn't sure what I was doing, which is understandable. Little slide there, that's fine. Some decent straight line speed, it's not bad. Oh, MX5's had a nightmare. Oh my god, he was so close hitting that wall. Bloody watching him, I've lost my line. There we go, that's the dangers, I suppose. I feel like I took that a little bit quicker than I have been. That's quite good. So I feel like over the course of this race, I've built up my sort of confidence in this track. Was that a puff of smoke off the car in front? I know you can get mechanical faults in this game, or this sim even. Double shift there.
Christian Hawk. Thanks to you, I have 8 fucking minutes of required repairs.
He's obviously very upset about his 8 minutes of required repairs. Someone should tell him it's just a sim and doesn't actually matter. He's very, very upset, and I have no interest in indulging something like that. I don't know what happened up there. Must have been some sort of incident. Someone said it was their fault, apologised, but I don't think he's too bothered. I think he'd rather beat him up. We've managed to follow the MX5 a bit sort of nicely through the middle part of that track, which has done me quite well, and we're keeping the number 33 Mazda MX-5 behind. We overtook them earlier when they ran wide, so I feel like we're doing okay in the Jetta. We're obviously not competitive in our own class, but what we are doing is keeping it clean. And like I said, that's all I'm really caring about. If I'm on track racing with other people, keeping it clean, the racing can come later. So Sebring I just didn't practice before, apart from a few laps. I just didn't have the time. Probably one of my weaker tracks. I think last week was Lime Rock, which is the first race I did back, and I did in this, and did pretty poorly in as well, actually. Mostly because of mechanical issues, actually, like my pedals braking and only being able to go 75% of the way down, which you can imagine was incredibly frustrating. I've dropped down to a 2 lower gear there. I'm not sure how long this race is. Looks like the
someone's in the pit for 8 minutes.
Shush, I have to concentrate. It's a glitch. I have to use my clutch. It's really annoying. It's not a glitch. I forgot to turn off fucking no clutch assistance. Hey, alright. Yeah, let's drop on here clutch so I can don't even get a 0 to that with 4x apparently.
Oh, run that a little bit wide, I feel. I feel like the track has got significantly darker. Maybe I'm just imagining things. No, the number 33 Mazda has fallen way back again. think they've had quite a few offs. We've watched them have at least 3 when we were behind them. Luckily we steered clear of that. I think we're in a little bit of a slide. No, we're good. We'll let the number 2 MX-5 through in a minute. We'll see what sort of pace they're at when they come up behind us. It'll probably be down towards sort of the 6th corner. 5th? Is it 5th?
What's this?
I might not that one. We will have to come off the
Alright, we're going to get them go here.
Start again.
Oh,
Not what ideal, but he came up on me quite a lot quicker than I actually originally imagined. Sounds like there might have been another incident ahead.
I tried to avoid both of you with a bit of good.
you did well. I mean, you managed to spin both of us, so good job of that.
It's quite interesting having all the mics on. Normally I have them muted, but I turned them on recently, and it's interesting to sort of hear what is going on elsewhere on the track that they can't see. I think there's been quite a lot of incidents on this track. I guess it has a lot of tight sort of cut turns in the middle here, where if you are quicker than someone you can make up a lot of time, but then it's not necessarily incredibly easy to overtake on these turns. So I imagine there's been a few incidents where someone has had a little smash.
Carreras en esta serie y me la joden 2 pedazos de subnormales.
I think they should grow taller too.
Now Richard has disappeared up the road, the number 2 Mazda. It was a lot quicker to get past me. And we got the number 15 one coming up in 6 seconds. I'll say 6 seconds back. There we go.
As long as you don't cut them off on purpose, that's what they're all say you're supposed to do.
Oh, I feel like I'm a little bit hot. No, we're good.
Renault, this is full of stupid men.
You is full of the stupid bullshit.
Don't engage me. Just leave me alone.
There's a lot of anger in the chat right now, which I haven't seen before actually. I've played this game, so I used to play it a few years ago. Then it's quite a long break because of some stuff, and then I'm back playing, and I don't think I've ever seen so many people this angry. You know, if you have a wreck, move on. Doesn't it do any good to sit in the chat while your car's being repaired shouting at people? You're not accomplishing anything doing that.
What happened to it? Please practice before racing, guys. It should be better for all of us.
Very valid point. I probably should have listened to.
It would be.
Yeah, Christian, you should practice, man. You don't know
Ooh,
the
hit the
fucking
cut. Oh, my relatives just dropped to being very strange there.
Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, I was trying to have some communication with you, but that service just won't give us any mic time.
Yeah, no.
we go.
My practice was a single lap.
I should be able to just hold my foot flat to the floor, and he should be able to overtake me comfortably by the end of the track. There he goes, no problems at all. I'm going to give him a little lift to let him get his racing line in. It doesn't want to.
Practice is for pussies.
I'm not going to race him into these corners. Oh, Jesus. The bumping. So where does that leave me? Third.
I practice by getting 3/4 pissed and having a few billy.
Oh, I got the steering wheel a little bit there.
Got it somewhere, Alex.
This is not holding the line.
The line is wherever they are. Their line is their line, and it's up to the person behind them if they are passing to make a safe pass and stop bitching. Yeah, the poor exit.
That's quite funny, that. Oh dear, this is...
Shouldn't even be a zero accident.
I don't know why they're all chatting.
Stop wheel forward. Didn't get a zero accident, so that much.
A little bit deep, very deep actually. Losing a little bit of focus here because I'm laughing about what these guys are saying to each other and how rude they're being. I don't think they like each other.
I'm hoping stop, but I mean, it's good practice for the yellow belt, I guess. Definitely.
There we go, heading down to the final corner. I think this could be one of the last laps.
Are you really trying to take me out? Really?
I think this has to be. Maybe the...
The second time, Christian.
I don't think that's helpful to anyone if you're out of the race. Just sit in chat and...
Christian, second time you ruined my race.
You're in that one right now, haven't you had it now?
I don't want to get involved. But my god, they hate each other.
Get some damage here, Adam.
You all got to feel my balls, guys.
No, it's not up to traffic. Do you shave your balls?
I have third time breaking car. Do you think it's normal?
Are they shining? I mean, Louis, I think the common denominator in those three crashes is you.
That's true.
Maybe look yourself first before you point fingers at others.
That's true. If he's been in 3 crashes,
Yeah. Understand you.
the instant point system is pretty good.
Just Mike or? No, I understood that. A little bit Mike, a little bit accent, man. And I spun shit.
There we go, there's that guy with the damage who's been speaking a lot in chat. He was missing the front of his car, which to me says that you hit someone else. Or you've been punted into the wall. That is also an option. So we've got the Mustang coming up behind us, only 4 seconds off. I think he was about 12 seconds off last lap, so he should be on us very, very soon. Very, very soon indeed.
Yeah, you're welcome, Sean. Don't worry, man.
There we go. Right, 1.5 seconds off. He'll definitely get me around the straight here.
Leave that.
And maybe he might actually. He'll definitely get me into this corner. I'm going to go wide and then I'm going to run to stay out to this side.
That should have been
There we go. Then past me. Wasn't particularly clean, but he knew where I was going and I saw where he was going, so it didn't really matter. And then we should get Sean Noble in the Mustang to overtake us before the end of the lap as well.
Yeah, definitely a little bit more lenient. You can actually race each other hard.
See how quickly it is and easy to hit the rev limiter there. No, he's definitely going to catch us before the end of the lap. But that is
What, shoot?
a nice clean race, so I'm happy with that.
Stupid bastard.
I want the all-day next spot.
And the nice Mustang will have me down the straight. Perfect. I'm going to move to the right for him. And then move back in. He's racing more for the, for a position than I am, so. Run nice and wide on my last corner. Very good. Oh!
Yeah, the replay.
Wow, he nearly dropped that into the wall there on the last turn.
Good. Congratulations on the win. Yeah, let's check that replay out.
We'll pull in behind here.
Up there.
There we go. Not a bad race. No incident points at all, so that would be nice and clean for me. Tempted to go back and see the incident. I'm very intrigued. I've heard about it all race. Even at lap 5 it was in damage. I guess I'm not allowed to see it. That's fine. Well, there we go. So I finished down in... Where am I? No, that's not me, that's why. There we go. So I finished down there. So I finished quite a long way off. Yeah, quite a long way off, but not horrendous amounts. They were only a little way up the road. Anyway, that'll be the first race done in this series. Hopefully we get some closer races next time. But thank you for watching.